If you can't beat someone, that's your problem, right? If you can't beat someone, that's your problem. So women, if you can't beat a biological male, that's your problem. So I go through here, and then we have someone else that chimes in that just another stupid argument. I just have to ask if there's some epidemic of trans women wrecking cis women's, and this is where the cis thing comes in. I just have to ask if there's some epidemic of trans women wrecking cis women in disc golf tournaments. Yes, there have been. There have been. I'm not going to name names or tournaments because I'm not going to... they're out there. We're not supposed to worry about it right now because it's not a big deal right now. Only a few people. Like, oh, so when COVID came around, oh, well, only a few people are dying. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, okay, well... only 100,000 have died, okay, but still, like, look at how many people died from this and that, so that's not bad. So we'll ignore it. We'll come back to it. We'll circle back around to it. Just fucking stupid. This is where I was like, cis isn't a word, which cis technically isn't a word. And no trans woman should be in any sports, blah, 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 blah. Read that or whatever. That's where I was like, wow, cisgender is in the dictionary. And then actually, it's been around for a while. Not really that long, but, you know, longer than I would have known. Doesn't say anything about cisgender women in the definition of a woman. Cisgender is just basically a word that they use to describe, you know, you're a cisgender male. Like, you're a male that was born a male and identifies as a male. So nothing changed about you. So some people argue like, well, no, I'm not a cisgender male, I'm a male. They're just words. You know, the English language is forever evolving, so stop getting offended by this word. There's nothing wrong with this word. It's perfectly fine. I get it. So I was educated on that. That's fine. I get it. Let's see. He said, yeah, you never answered my question. I was like, no, there is not an epidemic, but there's no way, you know, again, like I just said, there's no reason to, like, not take it seriously. Like, you can't be like, it's not a big deal now, but then, like, oh, 20 years from now, oh, shit, we have to address this. Because now you went 20 years with this thing being allowed to be done. Like, then you can't turn your back then. Like, no, you're done. You can't change it now. If it's going to happen, if they decide transgender women are women and they allow them to play in every sport, I will support that. If that's what every sport decides and disc golf decides, I will support it. I won't agree with it, but I'll support it. Absolutely. Because I don't have control over that. I can just only argue my point of view and say I disagree with it. There are lots of rules in sports that everybody disagrees with. Women, hello, speak up for yourselves. Apparently, even your own women think that it's wrong for a man to actually be talking about this, but you're not talking about it. So I guess, does that mean you don't care? You don't care? So men, we just should not care? Hey, all men, we just let the women handle it. We don't need to do anything. Let them take care of it. We just won't, we'll let you handle all your own stuff, if that's what you want. And this is where this person said, the only reason you give a shit about women is sports. What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean? Again, not even arguing anything logical that I'm talking about, not even putting up a good point. There's no line to be drawn. It's a solution without a problem made up to get ignorant people riled up. So you agree with me? So I just shouldn't argue with it because it doesn't make sense to even try to do it because it's going to be what it's going to be. What is... Not sure what to think about that comment. I brought the COVID fact, you know. When I brought the COVID fact, this person mentioned I can't catch transgender because someone coughs on me, dude. Coughing on someone doesn't give you COVID. That's not how it works. And this isn't really relevant at all. Not to mention, just because someone starts transitioning doesn't mean they haven't been transgender their entire life. Well, a transgender is someone who is in transition. So if you weren't transitioning before, then you weren't a transgender. You were whatever you were. That's what transgender is. You're in the middle of transitioning to your desired gender. So I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's how it works, because once you transition from that, you go to actual being, I'm a woman. You've had all this stuff or whatever. Like, I could be wrong, but I think that's what it means. That's the whole point of the word transition. You're in transition. So then I argue about the scholarship stuff, or obvious stuff to be taken from biological women. then we go into testosterone blockers and stuff. And all this stuff is just, it's a good argument when talking about, you know, the difference between men and women, you know, testosterone and estrogen and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The Earth's not flat, it's round. Men and women are different. There's a specific part where I want to show you what this person said that was like, wow, I cannot believe that this person actually said that. There was someone that shared how someone won AmWorlds by 21 strokes who was a transgender. That's clearly 21 strokes is a lot of strokes. I mean, you can argue that however you want. And then we got this other person who just gave me a freaking college thesis on this. Like, that's a lot. And holy cow, I didn't even want to like begin to try to. Yeah, here it is, where he's saying to this other person, that's my point though, there aren't that many trying to break into the sport. If you can't beat someone, that's your problem, right? If you can't beat someone, that's your problem. So women, if you can't beat a biological male, that's your problem. Is that really what it is, ladies? That it's your problem and you're supposed to deal with it? So I guess it is your problem. But your problem isn't as big a problem right now as it will be in the future. It'll be a problem for somebody. What are you going to do for that somebody in the future when they have a problem with this? Somebody's going to have a problem with it. Somebody probably already does. That's who I'm worried about. The up-and-coming disc golf female future Katrina Allen or Paige Pierce. If they have a problem with it one day, where are you going to go from here? You're going to look right. I'm going to look right now and say, like, okay, well, you didn't have a problem with it then, so why do you have a problem with it now? So my opinion at that point will be, too late. You made the decision. There's nothing you can do. Men are women, and they can compete against women, and they can beat women. Then the Earth must be flat, because it's a whole different world that we're talking about. So I just wanted you to see how the conversation went and see that, you know, there are things that I said that I shouldn't have said, and I could have said things better and made more sense. I probably could have just said nothing at all and just made this video and been just fine. But you live and learn. We're all human and we all make mistakes. So yeah. Hopefully the last video that you'll ever see me say about transgenders and stuff like that, hopefully someone else will actually do something about it. And, you know, so I'm not the only asshole sitting around here getting hated on and accused of all these things that just aren't true about me. So comment, and I'll see y'all later.